my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through eyes covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. And today is part 2 of our 3D printed Steam Deck backplate. I've already made some revisions to it, and I've also done some benchmarks. But before we get into the benchmarks, let's talk about the changes that I made to it. Pretty much looks the exact same as it did before, except you'll notice that our bottom vent here is quite a bit different. It's these hexagon patterns, no more other straight lines. It prints so much better. And other than that, we just made some changes. The caddy fan fits perfectly, almost perfectly now, and it's a little bit better print quality all the way around, except right here we lost some things, but I figured out a way to fix that. And it's perfect. I played with it for about 2 to 3 hours, and it runs so much cooler than it did before. And we have a plastic dip coating here, so it's really nice in hand. Our benchmarks turned out to be really well. So they all were sitting on my kitchen, and I tested it with a stock formation, stock backplate, no thermal pads, all that stuff. And with our overclocks of a 22 watt TDP, 3800 on the CPU, 1800 on the GPU. We also had an undervolt of 20 on the SoC, the CPU and the GPU, so we did undervolt a little bit. And we also pegged the fan speed at 6,000. But after a while, it looks like the Steam Deck overrid the 6,000 and just bumped it up to the max. But with that said, it did not break over 80 degrees Celsius on the GPU and over 76 on the CPU. 10 minutes of benchmarking in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 in the same exact configuration, except for the fact that it is rocking the 3D printed backplate. We got way better cooling. We didn't even go past 70 degrees in essentially the same room temperature. I think it was actually a little bit warmer when we were testing with the custom backplate. It had exact same clocks and everything. Fan still was set to 6,000. I will say that it's a lot more audible with that external fan. So I would highly suggest, if you were to do something like this, that headphones or max out the volume on your Steam Deck so you can overcome that fan. But below 70 degrees, this thing runs so much cooler than it did stock without the overclock. I think the undervolt helps a lot. I think I'm going to push the undervolt a little bit more to get a little bit less heat into the system, because I feel like we can get away with that, maybe to a 25, maybe 30 millivolts, sorry. And then go from there. And we'll do some slight tweaking. Maybe we'll tweak the RAM. I'm scared to tweak the RAM. I bricked my Steam Deck last time I tweaked my RAM, and I don't want to flash the BIOS chip, so I might not do it. I don't think it's really going to show us a huge benefit, so I probably won't do it. But other than that, I'm just very happy with the overall backplate. I am planning on making a revision to this, but nothing to warrant a video. I'm just gonna make a couple changes. I'm gonna reprint it mainly because I have some missing teeth there, and I figured out a way to fix that while printing, which is nice. So I'm gonna have a nicer version of this. And also I might relocate the caddy or ditch the caddy in general and just get like a USB-C splitter that has PD input, and it has a USB-A port on there. I had one before. I don't know what happened to it. If I end up doing that, I went ahead and 3D printed this thing, which is the exact same thing, so we don't have the dongle caddy, and it's just a little bit more streamlined. I really like how it looks. If I do go that route, and so I can get rid of the dongle, because I don't really need it, I might put a battery bank on there. I'm looking into just like making my small little 5-watt battery, so I could just plug it in, you know, it'd be cool if you could integrate it in the case. I think it'd be pretty cool. So stay tuned for that, but don't hold your breath. I probably won't do it, just because, you know, I got other projects that are more interesting to me. You know, it's not the end of the world. This is not the end of the world to me. I know some of this might bug you guys, but you look at this chaos I live in. If this is all, if I have to see two cables, it doesn't bug me. Someone actually mentioned, why don't I use like a 90-degree angle or move the dongle? And the main reason I don't do that is because if I use a 90-degree on this thing, then it's not going to be able to sit flat on the table. So, and secondly, I don't like to use extensions on dongles because I feel like it messes with the dongle. You know, they say it's rated for 5, 10 gigabits, but you never know. You don't even know if it does the power delivery. It might overheat. So the less connections, the better. But I might just do that little adapter here. I'll look on, they sell them on AliExpress. But yeah, if I do that, I will swap out to this case. Just because you don't need a dongle, so why have that on there? That's the video. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm probably gonna make some minor changes moving forward, and I'll have this available for those that want to purchase it on Etsy. I haven't sold Backplate in a while, and I really like this thing. I think it turned out really well, and for those that want to do some overclocking or just want their Steam Deck to run a little bit cooler, I definitely suggest one of these, or you could just go buy a JSOX one, because to be honest, like, they're a lot nicer. This thing is a glossy black. It doesn't fit the hardware as well. The screw holes all match up perfectly, but you're gonna have some really crappy seams. Like, it's a terrible seam. This is just for the person who just wants as much cooling performance as possible and don't really care about how it looks. So I'll have this available. The one, I might have the one with the dongle. We'll see if anyone wants it. I'll just do it without the dongle though, and then you figure out this thing on your own. So just the backplate only. That's it. It's gonna come for $20 plus shipping, and through Etsy I can do worldwide shipping. So for those, or unless you're in a country that I can, $20 plus shipping, and yeah, these will be going out. They're not gonna be coated like this one. This one has a plastic dip coating. You can do that on your own or paint it whatever color you want. But they will come in this black. It's a PETG material. It's more heat resistant. But if you leave this in direct sunlight for a long time, this thing will warp. This will warp. It's not ABS. ABS will be a little bit stronger. This is just shy off ABS. But if I printed it out ABS, it'd be double the price, you know. So PETG is the way we go, as most cost effective as I can, especially the fact that these things fail about a 50% fail rate. So 1 out of 2. I think I can get the print settings dialed in more, but I don't know. So $20, and here another reason for you not to buy it. If you have the LCD Steam Deck with the updated version, meaning you don't have a heat shield like this, don't buy it because it won't fit properly, or I can't confirm that it fits properly. But if you have an OLED, it will fit properly. And the main reason why you should not buy one of these from me is these rear buttons are finicky, meaning these screws, if you over tighten them, because there's no locks in them, it's super easy to over tighten them. I don't think you'll damage the Steam Deck per se, but just go easy. When I say over tightening them, you want to tighten them enough so you can feel the click. I don't know if you can hear that. Where's my mic? This side. See? Still have the clickiness. You can still click it. And then you want to make sure you can press your triggers well. And if you over tighten that, you won't be able to press these triggers, have these clickers. So it's a little bit of finessing. And obviously your seams are not great. So don't buy it. Don't buy this thing if that's an issue for you. But other than that, I love this thing. Both my Steam Decks are going to be rocking a version of this. $20. It's going to come like this. Honestly, just don't buy it. I'm going to have it available on my Etsy. It's going to be in the description. And this ain't no ploy to, like, oh, he said don't buy it. It's going to, like, reverse psychology. I'm just telling you, you're getting like the most unattractive backplate on the market that is finicky, that will melt if you leave it in direct sunlight for more than 15-20 minutes, especially if it's a warm day. This thing will warp, but it will not warp when you're gaming. It's just direct sunlight. This is very thin. This has not warped during gaming, and it's probably not going to, because it's going to be running cooler than it ever did. So take that for what it is. It's going to be available in my Etsy. Should be worldwide shipping. If you're buying it from overseas, I'm sorry. I know shipping is insane. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm thinking about doing some benchmark videos on certain game titles with the overclocks. I don't really, if there's an interest for them, I would. I'm not really that interested in it, except for one game in particular, which I'm going to work on as soon as this one airs, is Monster Hunter Wild. Because I did some testing on it last night, and it looks like trash. It is not amazing, but it's very playable. So I'm excited to just do a playthrough of that. It's going to be fun. I think it finally is. I actually say it is playable on the Steam Deck OLED with lossless scaling overclock. It looks like trash in comparison to, like, you know, playing on my main rig or using Moonlight, which I usually do. But it's pretty cool that it plays natively and plays it decently. So stay tuned for that. And remember, if you want to don't buy this. Just don't buy this. Save me the hassle. These things fail too much. My printers are busy enough. Guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments below. Other than that, I'll catch you on the next one.